Let's now bring you the very latest in the world of business, as the local index is expected to rebound this morning after a fairly sharp sell-off that dragged the all-share index to its lowest level since late January. Wayne McCurrie from FNB Wealth and Investments Portfolio Manager joins us now to talk through some of the latest market developments. Wayne, very good morning to you. Thank you for your time. Give us a sense of how the local index and rand faring in early trade after what was the lowest trade we've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, look, I mean, yesterday was a big sell-off obviously as a result of Russia and Ukraine, and the American markets also opened up initially down, but they actually closed very positive. I mean, the Nasdaq was up 3%. The other main markets were up more than 1%. So it's still early days. I mean, we truly don't know what's going to happen with Russia and Ukraine, and whether that will escalate into something terrible. But so far, the markets are up. I mean, our market's up again this morning, especially our mining shares. They are really strong. And through all of this, even though the rand has weakened a little bit, it's still trading at 15.30, 15.35. And considering what's all happening worldwide, that's actually a very good showing for the rand.
Gold prices seem to be stabilizing, with oil edging up after a very volatile session. Give us a commodities update.
Well, look, gold would very specifically act against any uncertainty, any political event. I mean, that's very normal for gold to do that. Of course, if the markets continue to go up, people will lose a little bit of interest in gold and the prices could go down. And oil is very specific because Russia supplies about 10% of the global trade in oil. So there aren't 10% producers, but of the oil that's actually shipped internationally, Russia supplies about 10% of that. So obviously sanctions are going to affect that oil supply, and that's why we saw oil go as high as 103 yesterday, but it's back to about 97 today, which is still incredibly high. And unfortunately for South Africans, it means another significant increase at the pump next month and maybe even the month thereafter. But at least it has come below 100 again.
The Competition Tribunal has approved the acquisition of Imperial Logistics by a Dubai firm. I mean, what do we need to know about the sale?
Look, this is happening quite a bit, actually. You've got Distel and a few other companies. Overseas investors are seeing value in South African shares. I mean, they truly look at the good South African shares and say, well, our economy will probably get better going forward. We'll probably see some structural reforms boosting economic growth. Our country's finances certainly look better after the commodity boom that we've had over the last year. And consumers maybe aren't in as bad a shape as what was initially expected, given the lockdowns and all of the restrictions. So foreigners are seeing value in South African shares that maybe sometimes we don't see as residents in South Africa, because we always tend to be very negative about ourselves. But foreigners are buying, and they're paying, up decent prices for good South African companies.
Very well. Thank you so much for that very quick update, bringing us the latest in the world of business there. Wayne McCurrie, FNB Wealth and Investments Portfolio Manager.